Question one. What Halloween song do you enjoy listening to? I can't really say that that I get into listening to Halloween songs like Christmas carols. I don't really get into like Halloween carols, I guess. Um, there's always Monster Mash, but I don't listen to that every Halloween. I don't make a point of listening to it at Halloween or any other time. I would have to say a song from an old kids record um, that was sort of popular back in the late 60s and 70s when I grew up. Um, and it came out of, I think, Massachusetts or something, but it's called Halloween. And the song, the title track, is a song HALLOWEN spells Halloween. But hearing that and hearing a lot the tracks on that record remind me of how Halloween was when I was a little kid. So I'm gonna go with that one, I think. Creepiest thing that happened while you were alone on Halloween. I can't think of any creepy thing that happened to me being alone on Halloween. The only thing that I can think of that would be a creepy thing happening to me was when I was a little kid home alone when robbers broke in. Um, I think I was like in third grade. Um, that was the creepiest. I would say that would probably be the creepiest thing that ever happened to me, but that wasn't on Halloween. Um, so I don't remember anything creepy happening to me um, on Halloween ever. Do you watch horror movies on Halloween? Yes, I do. Um, I used to have a tradition where I would watch my favorites. Usually the black and whites, Dracula, Frankenstein, maybe Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman, um, very rarely The Mummy, um, The Haunting of Hill House, the original one, the black and white one. Um, maybe Night of the Living Dead, the original, the black and white. Um, the original Halloween, and those would be my canon of Halloween films. But this year, and more so, I'm getting tired of those because I've seen them so often. So I'm trying to search out new ones. And I don't care for modern. We've had this conversation before. I don't care for modern horror. To me, it's annoying. It's too much irritation and watching torture, which I don't find scary. I find it disturbing. Um, so it's hard for me to find a film that really scares me. Like they redid Salem's Lot and on Cinemax, I believe. And I watched it, and it was no way as good as the original. The original is still better. So I don't know. It's been a long time since I found a good horror movie that really scared me. I did see one that was kind of scary, but it was more disturbing in that it got claustrophobic, and I can't remember the title, but it's about a woman who goes down into the underground, the catacombs of Paris, and she's looking for alchemy, the something that turns anything into gold or something. But anyway, that got suspenseful. It got tense because it was very enclosed space and people got trapped in tight tunnels and it was dark and there was low ceilings. So it gave you the feeling of claustrophobia and that type of feeling, but I still don't call that horror. It's still not scary. It's more irritating. Anyway, Yes, I do. I do watch horror. Try to watch horror movies on Halloween. That's the answer to the question. Now, I don't know that I can answer this next one either. Creepiest thing you've seen an animal do. Creepy thing an animal doing. I haven't seen it in person, but the only thing that comes to my mind, a creepy thing that an animal does, it would be like a snake swallowing something else alive and whole. Now, I have not seen that in person, and I don't want to see it in person because I don't like snakes. But that's really the only thing I can think of. I've never witnessed an animal doing anything creepy that I can think of. Last question. What did you do on Halloween as a kid? Well, we went trick or treating. Um, well, I'm the youngest of six kids, and so I went with, well, when I was first little, I would go with my older brothers and sisters. And one year, my oldest sister Pat went as Robin Hood, and she made me a target. She had a bow and arrow, and she made me a target. I had a brown paper bag over me with a target on it. So she was Robin Hood, and I was with the bow and arrow, and I was the target. Um, but then later, as my older brothers and sisters grew up and stopped trick or treating, I went with my the sister closest to me in age. She and I would go, and that was back when trick or treat was at night in the dark, and we would just walk all over the neighborhood on foot. Like Leanne said, your parents didn't have to go with you. It was safe. You could go in the dark, and it was so much better back then. Um, but yeah, that's what we would do on Halloween. We would get dressed up in our costumes and we'd go out and we trick or treat. Before then, I don't know how far. I don't know if there was a set time really, but we would go to the pumpkin farm and get our pumpkins, and then we'd carve them and have them set up in the windows with candles at night. And but on Halloween itself, yeah, we'd go trick or treating. That's what we would do at night. And so that's all I can think of. That's what we would do. So that's my answer to your questions. And see your tag tomorrow. Bye.